Aleem Makboul, BBC News at the Vatican.
Earlier, I spoke to our reporter Andreas Wolf, who's in Vatican City, and asked him what the atmosphere was like.
Well, Laura, the day started off rather foggy here in Rome, unusually, but just as the funeral mass started here behind me in St. Peter's Square, rays of sunshine broke through. The liturgy was entirely in Latin, as is customary, and some of the prayers were in different languages. Pope Francis himself, of course, was preaching in Italian. But I must say, he was looking rather frail. We had been told there would be about 100,000 people in attendance. The square was packed, but there maybe weren't quite as many. We're told maybe about 60,000. The heads of state of Hungary and Poland were in attendance, but there were only two official delegations from Italy and Benedict's native Germany. But also the monarchs from Belgium and Spain were in attendance, as well as various religious leaders.
How much is this a moment for reflection from the Catholic Church and perhaps to look back on what Benedict will be remembered for?
Well, I guess, yes, it is a moment of reflection. I think Pope Benedict will be remembered for his resignation, first of all. Some see him as a more traditionalist in the church, but resigning as a pope, the first one in 600 years, is certainly rather radical. But then there will also be those who see him as a great theologian, as a thinker. The more traditionalist among the faithful will remember him for bringing back the Latin Mass.
Benedict, though, did receive some critique, particularly from those who had been abused by members of the clergy.
That's right. When he was Archbishop of Munich, there were apparently allegations that some priests had been abusing children. The allegation was that Benedict didn't, or Josef Ratzinger, as he was known then, didn't do anything about it. He denied this, but a report that the Church itself commissioned later revealed that this was discussed at a meeting where he was present.
And still many people mingling behind you after what has been an extraordinary day for the Vatican. What happens now? Where will he be buried?
What happened today was a 3-coffin burial. His body was first of all put in a cypress coffin. This cypress coffin was then placed into a zinc coffin, and the zinc coffin into another wooden coffin. And those 3 coffins, with the body of the late Benedict XVI, will be put into the crypt below St. Peter's Basilica here behind me, in the same spot where Pope St. John Paul II once lay. He had been moved to another location when he was declared a saint. This was according to Benedict's wishes. He will be in the same spot.
Okay, Andreas Wolf, many thanks for joining us from Vatican City.